was just,
happened, yeah.
it was very sudden. I was like, oop.
That's a VAF, yeah, literally.
Yeah.
And then in this instance, I was like, no, it's a VAF, and then we get here, and I'm like, oh, it's not. So.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% on board with you. If it was that, and then they fled in this car, and then they started like, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But not.
But he didn't. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
Thank you.
10-9 Ventura.
Just disregard shots, PCSO. I was running a gun. Also, call me afterwards.
A firm.
Promotion time.
No.
395.
Absolutely the fuck not.
I've processed the vehicle, and I'm going 1042. Does anyone else need anything from me?
Have a good night, Rupert.
Do you know who's processing Speedy?
Not right now, no.
Leon
1046.
Kukulski.
What's Leon's
46.
606? 606 from 390. Leon, are you on frequency? Affirm. If you are processing Speedy, I don't know if you had already made mention. Just make sure he's informed verbally that his boat is getting a VAF.
Oh, affirm.
I was going to do it, but I'm not with him. So if you just make sure you communicate that, I'd appreciate it. You're dealing with the boat VAF, right?
Yeah, it's been VAF'd already.
Okay, perfect.
First point.
Do you send contracts?
Yeah, we'll do. But if I usually do that once. I mean, I'll do it anyway, but
do it always as a backup, like paper trail, essentially. Like, pretty much, if we've got someone in custody,
and he's getting VAF. At least my first time.
The way I typically structure it is, I don't care if we have them in custody. I always send the contract. If we have them, I always verbally inform them. But the contract is pretty much, yeah, exactly. Do you also request their signature and whatnot?
Well, I do it as a document.
So you want to do it as a contract, and what you do is you share it permanently with their state ID, and then you request their signature. And the reason that's important is you can't request a signature of someone who is not shared with. And when you sign it, so you request your signature, when you sign it, it puts a timestamp on it. So that's like baseline paper trail, so that there's no dispute as to whether or not they received it.
Frequency.
Right, I was told to do it by the documents. I guess I just.
I think he had to go 43.
The contract thing is, it's not much different. Here, do a like test one. Do you have a format that you use?
Yes, I do the date, the returning owner, license plate, the photo of the boat when it's seized or when it's captured, the incident number, the reason for it, and then the processing officer.
Okay. I think you hit on all of the like legal aspects, but I just want to run you through the contract portion. So just like start any contract, doesn't really matter. And then again, the title and contents are literally irrelevant because it's just for the purpose of like running you through the motions.
Can do test and test.
Yep. And so once that's done, you back out of it, you go back to it, you open it up, you press the 3 little dots, share it with 1303, which is me. All right, got a notification. So I'm gonna scroll down. Then what you do is you go to signatures, request your state ID, and then another button will pop up for you to electronically sign. Yep. And then you'll see under yours, it'll now show a timestamp for your signature. Then you request it from me. The criminals never sign it, but it's irrelevant because yours has the timestamp.
It's been sent, yeah.
Yep. And if you hadn't requested my what's it called? If you hadn't shared it with me and tried to request my signature, it wouldn't let you because it needs to be shared for you to be able to sign.
So okay, so you can only be signed by those that are able to see it.
Pretty much, which is our way of saying this is the best that we can do regarding ensuring someone gets informed.
All right.
And if you have any questions, don't hesitate. I'm gonna go head up to.
This is a much better way, like this.
BCSO. I think that's where Ventura is. Yeah. I can't wait. Fuck, I'm hungry.
Yeah,
Anyways.
me too. I need to get food.
Have a good one.
Later, Rose.
Where's the fucking car? Never mind. Doop, 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 doop.
Hello, Mr. Rhodes. Could you help us put the order in the kitchen that we got for the speedy?
Yes. Yes, I can. That I
Beautiful,
can.
beautiful. Thank you, thank you. All right, here we go.
Is it a lot of stuff?
It is. Here you go. And here you go.
Perfect.
And then here you go. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. I'm gonna put all of this down except one of each because I'm hangry.
Yeah. Get some food.
Holy fucking perfectly timed. Hmm. Spectre,
Yeah.
go up now. I just got the
to co-pilot.
I just got the LSPD food delivery, so go upstairs quick if you're hungry.
Yes.
You wanna co-pilot?
No, I have to go up north. Ventura wants to yell at me, I think.
Co-pilot.
Yeah, come on.
Well, get
I
your
need to
food
fly.
first. There we
It's
go.
Okay, I will co-pilot.
Yeah, well, I wanna fly.
Yeah.
We responded to a 78s, but all it was cleanup. Probably because it was all in the water. Because every officer was just sitting on the beach. Also, did I take my medication this morning? No. Now it's a little too late for that. Awkward. I do hope all works well. It's definitely trial and error, so don't be discouraged if there's, you know, no notable difference. Or Spectre's already down? What happened?
It's 76 to the Bravo.
Cutie Patootie 22, same traffic.
Did he fall off the roof?
I think he's on the roof. I saw him running up the stairs, probably towards heli.
No, it was at the bottom with a blown up air one.
From
Be advised, the only context I had prior to, I just got on radio, was Cassidy and Spectre were both going into Air 1. I don't know who was piloting.
Thank you, Cassidy.
A lot of hours, bro.
Cassidy
You know.
was also
Oh,
up
Jenna, I got
there,
an
yeah.
email from Charles
Duty
James
20
Brooks. He said, "Tell Jenna to have some
Bravos.
honey."
Yeah, code for I think
Hi.
Cassidy
Hi,
got
Rose.
abducted mid.
Are you
he was
laughing, Jenna?
piloting Air 1.
Ventura, I met my neighbors today.
Oh,
After only after the storm. I've never seen them before. Well, one of them was named Diablo, and I got the "what the fuck are you doing here" treatment.
Oh, Diablo's really nice.
Well, he wasn't giving nice today. And then
Was Richard with you?
no, it was just me. It was just me. I was on my lunch break, and by lunch break I mean the meeting delved into like a pissing contest of who hates each other more, so I left. And I was like, you know what, maybe I'm just gonna do stuff at the house today. Pulled up, and they were taken aback. Well, he was taken aback by the fact that I live in the barrio. And then more Vagos came up, and it kind of just became a fucking vibe. I showed them my apartment. They showed me theirs. One of their houses is actually really fucking nice on Jamestown Street.
Maybe get some inspo.
Yes, actually. Well, listen, here's the reality. I'm not letting any of them bitches design the apartment because the person who designed theirs doesn't know what center is. You know how like the keep clear thing was not centered for...
Sure.
It was like that, but with most things. No?
Off center is a type of...
You know, if wonky is your look, then by all means have at it. It's not mine. You know, it's not mine.
Well,
additionally, every single
like
house...
crooked.
Every single fucking house, Ventura, had the stupid fucking... You know the little sliding door that opened to go up the ladder? The one that doesn't open half the fucking time? All of them had that. Every single one of them.
Well, they were all... I hate to break it to you, but a Vago owned the house before.
Yeah, I know. They were like, oh, this is the one Shoddy owned. And I was like, okay, well, girl, his fucking old ID is in this barrel. You can have it. I gave it to them. Anyways, you wanted to talk to me? What did I do wrong?
I just wanted to make... No, nothing. I think you might have already. I just wanted you to talk to Rupert and explain to him because I think... Sorry, I'm telling you now. Step away. I think that the VAF that he was going to drop, I don't know if he did. Did he end up like going through with it?
He did drop it, yeah.
Yeah, I think that it's still articulable to VAF and makes sense to, in my opinion. So I don't know if he was consciously making the decision not to, or if he wasn't sure if that was something that could be done.
No, he thought the situation there. I actually agree with him. So from my understanding, there wasn't a violent felony with that vehicle involved. In the sense that, yes, he technically had a gun. From my understanding, he did not aim it, and he made a threat. But nothing violent happened until afterwards on the boat. And from my understanding, that's why he didn't want to push the VAF. Because that Sultan, from my understanding, was already at, like, literally in the Mission Row motor pool area, locked up, pending the conclusion of the situation. And
I look at it like, let's say I'm chasing somebody, whatever, for whatever reason. I think the fact that it stemmed from like criminal threats, if I chase people from their car and they jump in a helicopter and then we fly up next to them and they start shooting at us in the air, they still use that car. That car was used as a tool to meet their ends, that being a shootout or a violent felony.
I mean, I can definitely see where you're coming from. I think my only point of contention is like, there's definitely either a time period in which like there's a I don't want to say a separation in the situations because obviously this was like sort of one after another, but I don't know that I would argue if the vehicle is at Mission Row prior to any actual violent felonies. Like, I think his thing originally with pushing for the VAF was, you know, 78s were called, but then when he looked into it, which I appreciate him doing, he looked and decided that like none of the actual original things involving the Sultan was technically a violent felony.
I think, yeah, and this is not to like combat your point. I think that is a good and a bad thing because I don't want a time where it's promoted that like the tendencies are promoted that like people just think because they weren't in that car in that moment, they're not going to give up, or they don't think the stuff that they did in that car is the only thing applicable to that car. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I 100% get what you're talking about. I mean, hell, that's the whole like shift
like
3
a
versus
seesaw.
1 and
It's
2
like a- yeah.
VAF application. Like,
It's like a
I'm
seesaw effect. You don't
I'm
wanna,
a
like,
firm
lean too
belief.
far on one side.
I'm a firm belief that if the original situation stemmed from a violent felony, all of the evading vehicles helping that the people directly involved in the violent felony are 100% eligible for VAF. But when it's not originally like a qualifying situation, and that vehicle's sort of out of the question at that point, I don't know that I would.
Yeah, I think it's.
We don't run into this often though, like because normally it's robbery with a hostage into everything else afterwards, and I don't even know what this stemmed from, but it seemingly wasn't violent from the beginning-ish. Question mark? I don't know.
I just wanted to make sure that he knew that there is articulation for cars used. You know, even if like it isn't the car that they actually committed the violent felony in it, if it's a part of the whole incident as a whole, there could be articulation for that. So I wanted to make sure that he knew that and he wasn't just of a different mindset. If he wants to make his judgment and his decision, that's fine. But I want to make sure, just in general, at base, he knew that that was something that could be done.
Yeah. Rupert is very much so a he'll take foundation level stuff and apply it appropriately, which is how he got to the conclusion. I don't think this should actually be VAF'd.
That's fine.
Because Bean was like, no, I think it would apply. He was like, well, I mean, I disagree with, like, he said it with his full chest. I disagree with you. He said it to Bean. And when he said why, because again, I didn't have a context of the situation prior to, I said, yeah, no, I agree with you. I do agree with you. Do I think there is a roundabout way of articulating it? Yeah, 100%. But considering, number one, it's speedy, and number two, it would be seized, you know damn well that would be the time where it's going to get appealed.
Yeah.
So if, especially on a situation like that, the fact that Rupert is, you know, dotting his I's and crossing his T's is good.
Has it been 7 days, by the way?
I don't know.
What's your state ID?
1303. I'm a homeowner. Fuck, does that mean I need new keys?
Probably. Should you key in your pocket?
Yeah.
Now I need to give my husband a new key.
Yep. Tell me, I'm texting Richard. You changed the locks.
Don't you fucking dare. Like how an hour ago you hit me with the, has it been 7 days? Why are you so quick to want to get the property out of your name?
I'm not trying to pay that $6,000 property fee.
It's $6,000, bitch. Hello?
Hey, we're penny pinching. Our county account about to be zero. That means our pay about to be zero.
Is it actually about to be zero?
I mean, that's just been plummeting for ages. I don't know what it's at right now, but Jen and I alone took out $1.7 million from our paychecks.
Has a new sheriff been picked?
No, she's holding sheriff interviews.
Why can't we just leave it as is? You know, I asked Chaos Legion, specifically Misha and a couple others, like I wanted like an unbiased perspective and opinion of whether or not they felt it appropriate that the fact that high command in both PDs can change every 90 days on a whim based upon someone who has no understanding of the inner workings.
At any point. But you know,
yeah, but like
average,
right, yeah.
It is.
And he said no. They pretty much said no. I think that's stupid. Like, how are you ever supposed to build a solid foundation when the possibility of there being a shakeup on a whim exists? That's wild. They just need to lose that thing. But from my understanding, we can't limit stuff in legislation, like in the Constitution. So we're fucked, right?
Yep.
Sick.
Princess also wants to set up like basically a court of public opinion where when there are issues with officers or deputies, they're brought in front of a jury in which she selects over the lemon list.
Yeah, we need to have words.
You guys get my papers?
What do you want, Carmine?
What papers?
Papers.
I'll be waiting in the captain's office.
What papers?
This guy's...
Papers.
How about you sit
I
in
like
the dog
what you
bed?
did with your hair, Cassie.
How about you sit in the dog bed, Carmine?
What the fuck did you even just say to me?
I said I like what you did with your hair, Cassie.
Don't
Miller.
talk to me, Carmine.
I wonder what your inspiration was. You'll
Carmine,
never be his work wife.
Carmine, listen, you'll never be anybody's inspiration.
That's a lie. I have many proteges that look up to me.
No,
Rose.
no, the guy next to you probably
Shut the
has
fuck
to
up.
work with you.
I like me, Cassie.
Ew.
In fact, I love me, Miss Miller.
Sir, what's your name?
He's not lying about that one.
Oh, my name is Cole.
Cole?
What's
Cole
yours?
what? My name's Matt.
Slaughter. Oh, pleasure.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Cole. You have a wonderful day.
I think he forgot that Jenna's
You too.
And I'm sorry
See
you
ya,
have
sir.
to work with Carmine.
It's
Don't worry,
fine.
don't worry, it gets better. It gets better.
All right.
It
No, no,
really
he's
is
good,
not.
He's good. Don't worry about it.
But you don't have to lie to me. Trust me.
No,
He's not my
I'm
biggest
yeah,
fan, and I'm not his biggest
like,
fan.
surprisingly, whatever we're here to complain is actually like, legit.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say this, but don't say it out loud to him, or do. I don't give a fuck. Carmine's like a diversity non-fire, so like, don't do as he does because you will get fired. Carmine won't.
Diversity not fire.
Yeah. Just let that sink in, okay?
Okay.
Just be
alright,
careful is what I'm saying.
alright.
You stay safe.
I have a spreadsheet that's very much color coordinated.
Was he having a meeting with Rhodes? Is that
I have no idea. I just had to go tell. I'm assuming that's his cadet.
I don't even know who that is.
I just had to remind him that he should not do what Carmine does because Carmine is a diversity non-fire, and that he would in fact get fired for the shit that Carmine does. So he should be careful.
Yes.
Is that appropriate?
with swiftness.
I mean, it's the truth.
You get fired with swiftness, to be honest.
Yeah. Expeditiously. His flabbers will be gassed. Okay,
Exactly,
but Carmine will get a slap on the wrist.
He's got a shield.
Yeah, it's just Carmine things. You know how.
One would say armor.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
What do you
Carmine is literally sitting behind the. Who is Carmine here to see?
I don't know.
I don't know. He said, "Did you get my papers?" I don't know.
Let me call Cassidy.
When are sheriff interviews happening?
I don't know. Is Carmine here to have a meeting with you? Oh, he's sitting in the sheriff's chair. Yeah.
Do I have permission to sit in the seat he's in?
I read a senior report in regards to him and a deputy.
I'm gonna keep them busy. Don't mind me.
Yeah.
Hey, Carmine, wrong side of the desk.
Roads. You must have not heard the news, Roads. This town, it ain't big enough for the both of us.
All right, fat fuck, get out of the chair.
Carmen's a new sheriff, apparently.
Do you not hear what I said?
I said
this town ain't big enough for the both of us.
Carmine, I don't give a fuck what you have to say. It might not be big enough for the both of us because you got a big fucking head.
If you're gonna say I got a big head, make sure you put sheriff in front of it. That way.
Carmine, I know that there's a lot of
You're gonna
people.
have to beat the absolute snot out of me to get me out.
Carmine, I know there's a lot of people
Oh, hey, what's
who
up, guys?
who don't like you. Okay, and there's a lot of stupid people in this world, but ain't nobody stupid enough to make you sheriff. We've seen what you did with
Oh, really?
Dogtown.
Yeah,
There's a dog bed out there you can sit in if you'd like.
Dogtown was great. They feared me. Ask Cassidy.
No,
Ask
dude,
everyone that was a cop.
Scotty Bard was the superior.
Ooh.
Scotty Bart did not have criminals saying in the cells, "Please don't send me there. Please, they're gonna kill me. Bobby and Carmine are gonna line me up and shoot me."
Carmine,
That was
That's not
only
a
in
good thing,
Dogtown. That
Carmine.
is a good thing. That means they were afraid to go to prison. I probably saved countless cop lives due to their fear.
Carmine,
They
the
have to
only
ask
reason
themselves.
you didn't violate their rights was because they had none. What does that say about you as a person?
Hey, it feels good doing whatever you want and not breaking the rules. All right, I'll get off the chair.
I've coined the new term for both you and Bobby. Remember how I said you were a diversity hire? That was a mistake. You're a diversity non-fire.
What does that mean?
Well, just think about it. You have a
It's
big
so
enough head,
it's
right?
so complex and convoluted that I don't get. There's a joke somewhere there, but I can't pick up on it.
It's you. You're the joke.
You mean you trying to say
You
I'm
can't
a
pick
vibe
yourself
aura
up.
pick? I'm an aura pick. I'm an aura pick. They can't
All
get
right,
rid of me.
what's going on?
They get rid of me. The
Carmine?
LSPD meetings die. I know my value. I know my worth.
Carmine.
Wait, John
what
Hydra
am I
needs to
here
be.
for?
John, make your way over to the sheriff's office. Quick. All right, come on in. John's outside. He's a part of this too.
Okay, are we doing this like a fucking open forum where 20 people are gonna be here, or what is it?
No, I just need to talk to someone in a position of authority in the BCSO and then us three, because it's us three that are coming to you guys.
Hey,
Call
is
it
this
a
like is this like a
formal thing.
did you call Is this like a chain of command thing, but you called Cassidy to?
I followed the chain of command.
You couldn't even keep a straight face saying that, or
I
Carmine.
followed
Sorry,
the
I almost
chain
called
of
you
command.
Bobby.
Just because I baited Cassidy doesn't mean I didn't. I told him, Cassidy, I'm gonna follow chain of command, but something happened, and Cassidy said, and I quote, fuck it, just tell me.
Fair.
Can someone open the door for him?
That is what happened. Like,
Yeah,
I won't lie. He did,
I know how
but
to
he
game
did
the
bait
system.
me. I know what he purposely called me when he could have called somebody else first.
Fair.
Oh,
It works
how's it
every
going?
time.
Hell,
It would have worked on
God,
YouTube,
it's
Vincent.
really crowded in here. I was not expecting that.
Gentlemen. I already know there's a command report on this already because my enemy works faster than I do, and I'll admit, Duncan Fenwell is a more efficient, proactive snitch than me. I'm not on his level, but today, I am not the one on trial. I am not the one that fucked up. You guys want to read the command report first? You want to read context so you get his side of the story, and then I can tell you my side of the story? He already done snitched. He snitched before I even processed the people. It was crazy. He's so fast. So fast. I respect the hustle. You know, Hadger, he got a command report up before we even finished processing those guys yesterday.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Just in case, hello
Guys,
everybody,
everyone
I'm-
look
I'm
at
John
Rhodes.
Hydra.
He doesn't have access to command reports.
I'm
Not a command
uninterested.
report, dumbass.
Hey, Carmine.
I'm pretty sure
It's
it's
not worth it.
Hey, would you guys mind
Oh,
if I
it's a
25 with
senior?
Carmine just real quick?
Oh, so now he looks.
Oh,
You can 25
Oh.
with Carmine in the corner over there.
Perfect.
I thought you
Carmine-
weren't
Carmine in the
interested,
corner, I don't give a
Rhodes.
Grabs
I
Carmine
thought
by
you
the
weren't
ear.
interested.
Grabs Carmine by the ear.
Ow.
interesting that.
Oh yeah, I read it last night.
um. Oh.
I mean, my question is, why were they in a position that they were able to get swung on?
Well,
I mean, the first statement in in the first statement, you
Yeah,
know.
but Carmine says the Molotov was
Whoa,
thrown from-
hold on. Are we supposed to? How much of this can we say out loud?
All of it? Why wouldn't we be able to say it out loud?
is Cole's in here?
Yeah.
Do me leave?
Was he not on the scene?
No,
I
he's
was
just
on the
riding.
scene,
He's
yeah.
just riding. Were you on that scene of this scene? This
Yeah, I
scene?
was on the scene. Yeah, the scene.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, that's why I thought he was here.
Oh.
He said it was them three that were involved. So the initial thing says he threw a Molotov. The Molotov was thrown from outside of the prison, but then they rushed them and started swinging with blunt objects. So they were inside the prison?
No. It was at the parking lot.
So they were out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, better. Just apologize. Say sorry. You're amped up.
I'd like to come in here and apologize to everybody for my tone
what?
and attitude.
Bro, can you just tell me what happened, Carmine?
I was egoing Rhodes. Rhodes, I'm sorry for sunning you, and I'm serious now.
You can't son him. He's your
I'm
daddy.
serious.
But let's get down to brass tacks.
So now that you have context from Mr. Fenwell's side, we were on a call at the prison. I went over there because
I have your side too. I read your statement too.
Oh, well, there was a guy who threatened my life because I sent him to prison. He went to prison, came out, and attacked me again. And I decided I was going to be proactive and go to the prison so he doesn't do the same thing over again. Okay? It wasn't me going up there to stir. I was going up there to talk him out of it. Cole here is my witness, and John is my witness. I went over there with decorum, and I did not go over there to stir nothing.
Carmine.
If I could have avoided
Decorum?
the
Can I
situation-
believe? Seriously,
swear to you.
Can we believe that? When have you
Yes.
ever done that?
I swear to you, I went up to Jericho Valentine to the prison
Yeah,
so
what if I
could
high command
talk him
reviewed
out
it?
of it.
Are you gonna lie to me? Because I fucking will at this point.
Wait, I need to think. Yes, Jericho Valentine, I give you permission to high command review it.
Need your permission, but okay.
If
I did
may,
not go
gentlemen,
up there I was playing this for a little bit, like for a minute, and I was
What is
heading out
that?
of there. That's my aura playlist. Well, anyway, during this, in the middle of all of this happening, Duncan's being a busybody, not assisting me, but documenting me. He was like the IRS, like I owed him money, taking pictures of me, trying to catch me on something, right? Then we're about to leave. 78's pop off, so we're about to leave. On our way out, a Molotov is thrown. I pull out my gun. We got to shoot down Rusty, and then there's two other suspects who are running at us. Jericho is one of them with wrenches, and they start attacking us. Duncan is claiming that throughout all of this, he did not know what was going on, that he didn't hear the Molotov, and that he didn't know that officers were being killed right in his face. I say he is fucking lying. Molotovs were thrown, shots were fired. John Hydra called out on the radio that we were being attacked with Molotovs. He was on the same frequency as us. I had to, in the middle of fighting for my life, I had to run over to Duncan Fenwell and plead with him to get out of his car and save us. Duncan Fenwell stayed in his car in the most demure tone ever, said, "Just get in." And I get in his car, and then Cole's getting his face clobbered, and I'm like, "Duncan, get out the car and help us! Help us! He was supposed to be our backup, Cassidy!" And I had to get out the car.
Whoa. I would have blasted him. That's all I'm saying. What does that have to
I
do with
did,
me?
sir. I did blast her.
I'm just saying, Duncan, I had to get out the car with two people chasing me with wrenches, me against them. Duncan could have equalized the odds, but he didn't. He forced. If I went down in that situation and I died, my last memory would have been a deputy of Blaine betraying me, leaving me out to die like a dog.
Why are you playing scary music? It makes it sound like you're going evil
sorry.
now.
I know on occasion I do fuck around, right? In the office, in MRPD, I say filthy Blaine of this, filthy Blaine of that.
Can you define occasion?
A lot of occasions, I'm being transparent and introspective and honest with everybody here.
You know, occasion means like not daily, right?
Multiple daily occasions is
okay. So that's like a frequent. That's a habit. That's a habit.
Consistently.
Yeah.
You know what? I like to ball bash a Blainer when I see a Blainer, and it's all tongue in cheek. On the field, I'll take a bullet for you guys. If you guys alpha, I'll be the first one down there to fucking assist. I take joy in killing suspects who attack my. I don't speak for Bobby.
Because I know Bobby damn well hides in shootouts and does not.
Yeah, he would
not
hide,
move down to
100%.
pick up a bullet for anyone.
He would hide and then try to negotiate with the enemy to secure himself.
Yeah, I don't know about Bobby. Yeah.
I don't. Bobby is. I will listen. I don't
He
believe.
approached me today and was talking shit in the hospital too.
Oh,
Shocker.
Bobby.
Yeah, I was
After
like, "What do
this
you?"
huge shootout.
Yeah, after this huge shootout, he was like, "What did you?" He was like, "You
No,
got
Bobby
shot pretty
did.
quick." I was like, "What the fuck
Wait,
did
so
you
Bobby
do,
didn't
Bobby?"
go down?
He told me
Bobby
it's time. He
stood
told me
up.
it's time to let go.
Oh, go to the light.
Perfect.
Wait, we can finally fire him? We can let go of him?
Yes, please fire
It's time
Bobby.
to let go of Bobby. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what he was saying.
Let go of Bobby
I
so I
seriously
can move
don't
on
know
to.
what he would do if he got fired. I actually
He'd
have no
probably
idea
try
what
and
he'd
get
do.
me
He's like,
fired. Try and get me fired and say, "Hey, let's do a prison rerun." Anyway, we're getting off topic. So, I don't think Duncan did what he did because he was afraid of these guys. I believe Duncan did what he did, and this is my honest read of the situation, out of malicious intent to fuck me. His goal on that call was not to help me. His goal on that call was to watch me fail, and in part also John and Cole fail, so he could maybe clean up or do nothing and laugh at us. He off the jump, he wanted to fuck me on that call, and there's always going to be deputies or officers you don't get along with, but to use that vice on the field while you're being shot at, I'd like to recommend punishment for him. Sensitivity training, something.
Request, Carmine, not recommend.
I would like to request some type of punishment.
"What
for
kind of
him.
punishment do you think he deserves?"
8 apps.
How
8
about Bobby?
apps.
How many? You know how long? That's like a week suspension.
How
No,
about
it's not.
How about Carmine and Duncan ride together for a day?
He's gonna fuck me on that ride along. Only if I outrank him and he has to wear an
No.
LSPD uniform.
No, hell no.
No, you guys ride together. You guys get a perspective from each other's side, different, maybe a little insight.
It's like a
Yeah,
political
and
marriage.
that's not to say that nothing will be said to Duncan. I'm not going to tell you what's
What's
going to
your
be
opinion
said.
on
but,
this situation?
I mean, my opinion is even if you did antagonize them, they attacked you,
Mm-hmm.
and he should help you.
Okay.
I mean, you don't just sit there while people are getting their heads beaten in. I don't care what you think's going on.
Thank you, Cassidy. I was wrong about you, Cassidy. I thought you were going to defend him.
I mean, I love Duncan. Don't get me wrong. I mean, maybe he is fucking oblivious and didn't see what happened. But at the time, if you're asking him for help at that time, he has no fucking excuse, right?
Yeah.
I believe, sir, I can articulate that he was making commentary while I was literally shooting at the individual that threw the Molotov cocktail, and Duncan was talking to, I believe, Cole, who was being approached by an individual with a pipe at the time.
Where was the guy with the Molotov? Where did he go?
I shot him. I killed him.
Was he in the prison?
He was outside of the prison in the parking lot, sir.
Okay.
Rose,
well,
what do you
listen,
think of this
I wasn't
situation?
there, right? I'm not going to say too much. Obviously, I cannot make assumptions but if you did go there to antagonize people, don't fucking do that shit because then it leads to this. But I will speak to Duncan as well, or I will have somebody speak with Duncan as well. Like I said, even though we're different departments, we got to work together, have each other's back. If you're being attacked, I don't care what happens. He's got to defend you. And even if it was your fault, you antagonize them, then it falls on you, right? But he just doesn't let you sit there and get your head fucking beaten in.
My command is looking into the whole antagonizing angle.
Yeah, that was actually the reason I came up here today. It's a 652 John Hydra. I have some slight concerns. Basically, I just wanted to articulate with somebody that Deputy Duncan has displayed a prolonged and consistent pattern of hostility toward Officer Costello. Understandably hostile, but the behavior is extended beyond what I would consider a standard workplace disagreement. It is manifested as a targeted harassment. It feels inappropriate with public comments that he's been making, repeated attempts to undermine Officer Costello's credibility, and in general, it feels like it's turned into a bit of a situation where it's like a witch hunt that's
Carmine?
just constantly.
Sorry, not to cut you off, but do you agree with this?
Duncan's a great.
I want to hear from your mouth. Like,
stirrer.
not to say that I don't, Hydra, I appreciate you coming up here. Of course,
sir.
You, but I want to hear it from Carmine, not because it sounds like a lawyer speech.
Of course, I just been thinking about this all night, sir. If I can say one last thing before Carmine agrees.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to highlight that the point that I decided to say something, sir, was when it crossed from unprofessional to actively negligent. It was clear to me that he had no intention of assisting in that situation, and maybe if all of us had been incapacitated, then he would have done something. But I mean, that's just unacceptable.
Alrighty. Well, I appreciate your input.
I
mean, how do you? I want. Okay, Carl. You feel like it's gone too far? Is something like? Has it ever happened like this before though, or was this like the first time it's really escalated to this kind of thing?
This is the first time this has happened. You know what? I wouldn't say it's gone too far.
Really, Carmine? Because you cried for like 45 minutes in the car yesterday.
I will say this. I feel like Duncan, whenever he's on a call with me, he's watching me not to assist. He's watching me to catch me on a fuck up, and it makes me second guess myself on the field. And I know if something bad happens, I question myself: will he help me or not?
Do you think that's specific to you and nobody else?
I don't know. I know in my situation when it comes,
beat and stuff, he didn't help. I went down, woke up in the hospital with trauma to my head.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he does it to other officers, but I know he does it to me specifically.
Okay. Alrighty. Is there any questions you guys have for them before we let them go?
Oh, sorry, it's for you guys.
Or do you have anything to say before we let you guys go? We have a conversation here.
I have one last clarifying thing, because Carmen, I just want to make sure, like, we're all on the same page here. Nobody misunderstood, you know, the many words you said. So you did not go to the prison to antagonize the person you had just sent to prison, right?
No.
Carmine, the silence was deafening.
The pause was because I had to think of what you'd interpret as it. My intentions were not to go up there to antagonize. Sometimes I showboat theatrics, but it wasn't there to like get him to attack me.
And can you just run us through one more time exactly what you did?
I went up there. If this is worth anything, I was planning on leaving the situation before they even attacked. If I was there to antagonize, I would have lingered there for as long as possible. I had the conversation with Jericho. He was behind bars. And then as soon as that conversation was gone, I was heading out to go to a 78. If I was there to like talk him into attacking me, I would have stayed a lot longer.
Well, wasn't it long enough for you to get attacked?
We were attacked by a secondary set of individuals that I guess they had called. So Carmine had left Valentine before he could get out of prison, specifically so that there couldn't be an interaction.
Yeah.
Okay, but the context of that interaction. Like what?
I was talking him into not attacking me. I use, if you Far Cry, there's this guy called Valdez who says the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. And I hit him with that speech. I don't know if you'd consider that antagonizing. But that was me telling him,
can I clarify with
don't
some
do it.
Carmine translate here? Carmine, look, he went up there to talk shit because we'd arrested this guy 4 or 5 times because he kept trying to run it back. We were going up there specifically to tell the guy, like, hey, like, you stop, we stop. Like, we'll stop arresting you if you stop acting like a dipshit. And I guess in that process, the guy had his friend call somebody to try and come kill Carmine. Carmine may or may not have known that that was going to happen. I don't know. I don't have the context for that. And I'm not going to sit here and say things I don't know the truth of. But we went up there specifically to make sure that they didn't feel like we were sort of unduly targeting them and that they could stop at any time. Basically, we're letting them know that it was on their terms and then we were going to leave. And then that fucking asshole threw a Molotov at us.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, fair enough.
If Carmine went and antagonized him, he said the LSPD's looking into it. They will punish him if he did. But I want to talk with y'all now. BCSO,
Okay.
that is.
All right.
Yeah, I just have one question, gentlemen.
Sure.
And lady, is I just want to make sure that this was the correct way to. I didn't feel like I talked to a couple of my officers plus FTOs. I just wanted to make sure that handling this was because this is your guys' department. It's not theirs.
Yeah, no,
And
that's
I just
fine.
wanted to make
You
sure that
just
we
come
handle this in an appropriate
go
and.
to, yeah, go through the proper chain of command. That's fine. If it's a BCSO deputy, you should talk to BCSO command, to our seniors, whatever it is. This was fine because Carmine called me and I told him I'll take it. But
Okay, perfect. Yep, just want to make sure we were following the COC appropriately. Thank you, sir.
yeah, no, all good.
I always follow the COC.
Yeah, you
I
love
always-
following that COC.
Yeah, you love that COC.
Chasing it.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Catch you guys
Appreciate it.
later.
All right, see you guys. Thank you.
Bye,
Later.
Carmine.
Thank
Don't
you,
get
guys.
fired.
Thank you.
God, it feels good to snitch on a snitch.
Well, I have
What you guys thinking?
thoughts. Hold on, let me just take a seat here.
I'd love to hear them.
I mean, listen, we know Carmine, and we also know Duncan. And I think the problem is that I can already anticipate Duncan's defense here, which is kind of bad, but also semi-valid. Because if all they had was melee weapons, bitch, you ain't catching me stepping out of a fucking car. Hell the fuck
I mean,
not.
no, I mean, if he's getting shot and begging, like attacked and begging for help, like he has to help him. Like there's no, even if he thinks that Carmine did something wrong or antagonized the shootout, he has to help. Like he can't just.
No,
sit
I
around
agree.
And do nothing.
I agree, but I'm telling you, I would put money on it. Duncan's defense is going to be like, there were X amount of them, and they all had wrenches and knives. I'm not going to step out of my car. Now, what I would do in that situation is I would drive off, obviously if I had keys to the car, get distance, and then start blasting. But you're not seeing me step out of a fucking car with an active wrench-swinging scumbag. No.
Yeah. But
I'm going to get
There
bonked.
was more than enough of them to take them down by themselves, so I won't accept that excuse from him.
If he put forth no effort into helping with the situation, Yeah, no, I think that's definitely wrong. But in saying that, like, although we have Duncan's statement, we don't necessarily have, like, you know, we don't have clarifying information for questions that we have with Carmine's context, which I think is important.
I mean, my whole take on it is if Carmine did go antagonize him, he should be dealt with punishment wise. Hopefully, LSPD handles that. But when it comes to Duncan, if they actively got in his car, asked for help, and he didn't do it because he felt like Carmine was antagonizing them, that's not an excuse. Obviously, we need to talk to him, get his side of the story more than just that statement. But yeah, not good.
I agree. Now, obviously, the LSPD is looking into the Carmine bit. Do I think in the fucking slightest he didn't go up there to antagonize? No, he fucking went up there to poke fucking buttons. And you know damn well Carmine does it from a position of power, and that he was outside of the prison. The person who got arrested was in the prison. That's the only reason he did that. Because if that person was outside of the prison, I guarantee you he wouldn't have done the stupid shit he did. He got caught off guard is what happened because the other person called their friends.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, that's just my personal opinion, right? Like, I wouldn't act upon that in, like, an official capacity, but we talk about Carmine here, guys.
We know how Carmine is. You know, I don't think it's, like, outlandish to say, like, why he would not go to the hospital or the prison to somebody he just arrested, not to talk a little shit. Now, did he go there and, like, was like, you're a loser, ha ha ha, you deserve this, LLL? Probably not. But he probably did go up there, play some music, and, like, hey, if you keep fucking with me, I'm going to keep sending you to jail. But yeah, no excuse for his behavior if he did do that. Hopefully, like I said, LSPD deals with it, but we need to speak with Big Dunk. I don't like that.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's very little room for play regarding, when I say very little, I mean borderline non-existent, asterisk, with like very few circumstances regarding not assisting in situations where officers are like being hurt severely, you know? Like the playtime shit is just off board almost entirely. Just a heads up, as I did come in here, Carmine was in the seat back there, and he pretty much kept telling me to call him sheriff, and I had to remind him that there's a lot of stupid people in this world, but there's nobody stupid enough to ever make him the sheriff after Dogtown.
Yeah, that would be a real bad idea.
Yeah. He said there ain't enough room for the two of us, to which I had to remind him that he had a big head, and that's probably why.
Big head in such a small body.
Yeah, I agree. And listen, I coined the new term, diversity non-fire. That's Carmine and that's Bobby.
Diversity non-fire, that's good.
And true.
Right, what do you guys think? Ventura? Jenna
sent me a text that she was really locked in on this and she's paying attention, but don't ask her any questions.
Okay, good. Excellent.
I mean, you said it, as like I said, I think it doesn't really matter what Carmine did. If Duncan was not doing his job and helping, then that's a problem. I also think that it's not really the position. It kind of like, remember the little Quangle thing, the point I made that you can have disagreements with things that happen, but in the moment you have to just do your job and do what has to happen. So even if you disagree with what Carmen was doing, if officers are getting attacked to whatever extent, you have to help and then deal with whatever the issue might be after the fact.
Yeah.
I don't know about the whole, like, you know, an ongoing feud, because Duncan's got to be around for there to be an ongoing feud. I don't know. I have never seen them two.
Whoa, well, hold up. The sheriff position's up. You know damn well he gonna be around.
Well, yeah, but yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, Duncan, I definitely has heard him talk about Carmine and them, and he doesn't like them. But I mean, as far as like he said, feud, this is the first I'm hearing of anything. But I mean, if Duncan really is going to scenes and then just basically having an eagle eye on Carmine instead of doing his job, that's not good either.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ass. I ain't gonna lie. Do I think Duncan would actually do that though? Like,
yeah, I do actually.
Number one,
I could see it.
How is Duncan even there?
I don't know.
Whose passenger seat was he in?
Same as always.
That's probably why he didn't drive away, because he was in the driver's seat. He didn't know how to work the car.
Or it didn't have keys, depending on what car it was. Question mark?
But,
I don't know.
I do think, regardless, like, I think Duncan bare minimum has to like is going to get spoken to, obviously. But I do think, more than anything, having them ride together for a shift would be funny.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, we'll punish him separately, but I do think they should ride together. I think it'd be good.
I do think it is also. I think it is also a punishment for Carmine. Yeah, have you read with Duncan?
Yes. Yeah, all the time.
No, I'm talking of roads.
Motherfucker, I had a 2-hour-long conversation the other day about how he was going for sheriff.
Duncan made Jenna go off duty.
Oh.
Yeah, he did do that.
Well,
I'll never ride with Duncan ever again.
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. Duncan will definitely. Why don't we just assign them as like permanent partners?
No, I can't do
We keep Carmine tied up with Duncan, and then we don't have to deal with either of them. They're both gonna snitch on each other, so they're both not gonna do anything wrong. Think about it.
Duncan's been a snitch.
Duncan
though,
doesn't do
since day
anything
one.
wrong anyway. Well, not like in that way. He's just a fucking ding dong.
Yeah, but the point I'm making is that we won't even have to, like, keep an eye on Carmine because Duncan, like, out of fear, he just won't do anything stupid. 2 birds, 1 stone. You won't have to listen to him for hours because Carmine will have to.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is there's no way to.
regardless,
Carmine's they're not around. Like, he's not around enough to ride with them. And Carmine, I mean, Duncan just won't. If he can't ride with like the people he wants to ride with,
Guys, but what happens if he becomes the sheriff?
he won't.
Cross that bridge when it comes to it.
I really don't think he would. But I mean, if he does, we'll do what we got to do, I guess.
I don't know if y'all saw the text messages I sent y'all. To Ventura, this was when Carmine was speaking. I put his porn acting is bad, and then when referencing them or being with each other, I said that's a punishment for Duncan. Riding with Carmine is worse than Daps. But it really goes both ways because riding with Duncan is also atrocious sometimes.
It's for both of them.
They're both snitching on each other, and now they both just have to deal with each other. That solid punishment evens it out.
It's like putting them both in an assault room, but it's a car that they have to ride together in.
Yeah.
And then put Turner on the dash cam.
No, we're definitely gonna do that.
Just have Turner on the dash cam watching it.
And then Cassidy, I texted you. It was giving AI speech when you said.
He was. I was like, why is this fucking lawyer talking? I like him, but I don't know why he's fucking lawyer is talking.
Oh my god, I thought that was funny.
Did you have any comments you want to make on it, Jenna?
I'll be honest, I didn't listen.
That's okay.
It's okay.
Jenna, you're sick again?
Yeah, I have COVID.
Oh, no. Well, I hope you feel better.
I'm much better today.
That's good.
Oh,
that's good
great.
to hear. Well, guys, look at the time. I'm about 2.5 hours, 3.5 hours even past when I'm normally around. So probably get going. Ventura, I have semi slicks on the not so super scout, and it's better than slicks in my opinion.
What did you do with the slicks?
They went bald.
Oh. Okay.
Yep. And then Viv had semis. And so I was like, fuck it. I'll throw them on if you're not going to use these.
When did they go
And
bald?
this was sometime in the past 3-4 days.
Okay.
All
right.
I wanted to try off-roads because I was genuinely curious to see how they performed. But semi-slicks seem better. I don't know why. Just my thought.
Okay. Sounds good.
Second time I heard that.
Yeah, I don't genuinely I don't know what it is. I don't know if it handles in a way to where it lets me brake at an appropriate time in comparison to slicks that maybe just gives me a false sense of security. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I just know the scout wakes up on the wrong side of the garage daily.
Well, hopefully it fixes your issues.
Girl, we know that ain't gonna happen.
All right,
On that note,
This is Jenna's egg basket, by the way.
Oh,
Right,
thank you.
Stand up. Stand up. There you go.
Bro.
Y'all have a good one.
Did you get it?
Nobody was using, not a single person. So they're like, "Oh, that's a problem." And so, but then it got today.
Howdy. You talking to Bruce or something?
The coders.
Oh, ask him his boyfriend's name.
What's your boy? I already told him about his boyfriend, and he clarified. Fisher feller Max. I think his name is Max. Is his name Max at the Fisher place?
The boat guy.
Boat. Wait, you're there? Oh, you got his number saved?
Can you let him know to put in a good word for me about not returning it with fuel? I tried.
Your boyfriend, man wants you to put in a good word with your boyfriend first. What he wants to ask.
You called me an hour ago.
Mr. Matt Rhodes wants you to talk to your boyfriend first. Oh, but we're friends.
Fuck,
It's
yeah.
Matt.
No,
It's Matt. It's me friend Matt. Oh, okay. Well, his name's Matt. I don't know. I call him Matt.
Hello? Does he not? We're talking about Nakota?
Yeah, he didn't know. He said he ain't never heard nobody call you Matt.
He don't fuck with me like that?
He said nobody fucks with you like that. No, y'all should come on, talk to each other. Don't talk to me. Talk to each. No. He don't. I don't even know what either of you said because you're both saying it at the same damn time. I don't even know. At this point, I don't even know. Anywho, I found out clarification that Tig is his husband, and he's got two other husbands as well. So he's got a couple husbands and one boyfriend.
Don't say that too loud, because Bruce gonna see the ring and he gonna be after him.
Shit. And he ain't got no girlfriends as far as I can tell. No girlfriend. Only boyfriend, one boyfriend, and some husband.
That's you. Alice, you staying here? You come with us.
Matt, are you going off duty?
I'm going off duty, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm coming with y'all.
Okay.
Did you need to talk to me, darling?
No. I
Find
just.
out who I was on the telephone.
No, you're
Bye,
good.
Cassidy, darling.
Bye.
If you need.
Good night.
Good night. Have a good one.
Say it. If Wait, I've never got me 100mm turbulation.
Oh fuck! I need to go buy some.
Dramatic.
Yeah, we gotta go get 100mm turbulation.
I will die.
For the court.
Yeah, I'll get you food. Here, but okay, who are you on the phone with? Alice?
Yeah, they got 100mm turbulation.
She's on the phone with Malcolm Nakota, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm getting off the telly with him.
Jeff, have you driven the Scout recently?
The three of y'all want to ride together? I'll go with the coders if y'all want to ride together. I don't mind.
How does that even happen?
What happened?
It's got semi-slicks on it. I'm curious to know
overnight?
how you think it drives. I think it drives better.
Semi-slicks are better? Interesting.
Give it a try. It's outside.
I'll give it a whip. Oh right. Is that front or out back?
Why is your hair like that?
It's a wig.
It's a
Why do
wig.
you put on ugly wigs?
It's more realistic with this kind of hairline.
I'm gonna be real. I want to put on a big fucking stick-on mustache to piss people off, including my husband.
Do it.
Are you still living in the Jamestown goon hole?
Yes, I met my neighbors today.
April Violet.
They were like, "Oh, Shoddy used to live here," and I was like, "Yeah, his ID's in the barrel. You want it?"
I forget what you're talking about.
You guys decorate it?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Still orange.
Whatever it was before, it still is.
Yeah, it's orange as hell.
I hate it. I was gonna go there and demolish it until I met my neighbor, which was one Vago, and then two more came, and then I went into all their houses. It's nice.
Oh, nice. Well, I'm glad that you seem like you're enjoying the Jamestown goon hole.
Stop calling it the goon hole.
That's what it is.
I think my husband told me that you called it the goon cave or something.
Yeah, the goon cave or goon hole.
Yeah, what? Why?
That's what it is.
1 second. The alarm is loud.
Is it? Did you hear from inside?
Yes.
I may or may have got frustrated with the Slim Jim and accidentally kicked the car too.
Oh. I have to go down to Mosley's because 100 mils are in stock.
Oh.
So I'm gonna buy a few. But I'll ride in the trunk while you drive.
Okay. Oh, damn it. I should have answered my phone before I started repairing.
Yeah, probably.
Why is that a thing?
I don't know.
Hey. Oh, shit. Sorry, Rhodes.
That was sudden.
Hey, no way we have a deal. No way.
Pop the
I
trunk.
can't actually do it. I didn't think you'd actually agree to that.
I'm hiding.